All right, everyone. So the Black Ops 7 early access beta and open beta. All right. So the early access beta is the 2nd to the 5th, and the open beta is the 5th to the 8th of October. Okay. So I wanted to give you this is from IGN. We're reading the time period or the time of release depending on where you live. Okay. So this is from IGN. So Thursday, October 22nd or October 2nd, 22nd. On the 2nd, we're getting San Francisco, okay, so in that time zone, PDT, 10 a.m. EDT, New York, 1 p.m. BST, London, 6 p.m. CEST, Paris, Rome, and Berlin, 7 p.m. EEST, 8 p.m. HKT, Hong Kong, 11 p.m. and CST, Beijing, 11 p.m. Also, if you're in um, Tokyo, 2 a.m. In Sydney, 3 a.m. That's AEST for Sydney and JST for Tokyo. Now, moving to the open beta, it's actually the same times it looks like. So it's just the same times, but instead it's on October 8th or October 5th instead of the 3rd in the or instead of the 2nd. All right. So I'm pumped for this. I'm really, really excited for this. I want to see what this game is going to be like because look, Call of Duty, let's just call it what it is. It's in a rough spot right now. You know, you have a lot of the hardcore fans who are not happy and haven't been happy for years. You have Battlefield that's going to be launching very close to this beta. I think, what is it, the 10th or something like that? It's going to be launching very close to this beta. And so they're gonna have to deliver on something, you know, because Battlefield, we played that beta. Okay, we covered it on this channel, right? We know that beta is going to deliver, or that beta has already delivered, and the game is going to deliver. Not entirely sure that Call of Duty is up for it this time around, and I'm hoping it is because Call of Duty is one of those games back in the day that we all played. Okay, it was one of those games I remember Xbox 360 days. It was Gears of War for me. It was Halo, and it was Call of Duty. Right? Those were the three online games, and they dominated. And it was such an addicting experience to play them all. You went through your Gears of War phase, your Halo phase, and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2. I mean, these were games that you would just sit there playing with friends for hours and hours and hours and hours on end, right? You could play them forever. And they didn't even have all of the different systems that they have now with the battle passes and this and that. It was a very simple experience, but it was fun. And at the end of the day, that's the point of these games is to be fun. They put in all this stuff to like, let's do a study on player retention. Okay, how about this for player retention? Study, right? Make a fun game, and you're going to have all the retention in the world. Okay, you don't need a bunch of studies to find that. Oh, we're going to have this battle pass. It just feels grindy. And I don't know this kind of futuristic, the movement stuff. Maybe that will be good, right? Maybe that'll be fun, but I just don't have a ton of faith that they're going to deliver on it. And I don't know if they're taking kind of the threat of Battlefield seriously because Battlefield's good, right? When we played the beta, the one takeaway I had, and maybe when it comes out, it's just not going to be great, and I'm going to be wrong on this, but when I played Battlefield, the whole time I was playing it, I remembered playing Battlefield 3. That's what I remembered, and that brought me back, and I thought this is going to be a good game. This is fun. Like this is why I'm playing this hours and hours and hours and hours on end because I literally played the beta when it came out. I was just playing it, as much as possible because it had that fun feel. And it didn't have like, some long battle pass or anything like that. It was just a fun game to play. And I understand part of it was because we only had X amount of time to play. So you're trying to get in as much as possible during that time. But I don't think that kind of want to play is gonna go away either, right? I don't think it's gonna be like, oh, actually, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't think that's going to be the case. So Black Ops has to deliver. And I will say the beta, having early access and open beta, is a great idea. You could fix some of the problems that may come for launch, but you also like this thing's launching on November 14th. So the changes you make are going to be fine, but you can't completely remake the game or anything close to that. So the game you put out is the game you're going to be putting out, right? With hopefully bug fixes and stuff like that. But what they can do is if they deliver a game that's worth playing, if they deliver a game that's in any way, shape, or form, that helps out because there's going to be this is right before Battlefield. So if you can get some hype for your game going based off of this, pretty good news. Pretty good news. But we have to see, and we haven't seen that yet. I'm not one of these people, because you hear them all on YouTube and everywhere who can't play the Call of Duties nowadays. Like they're like, I hate them, right? I don't blame those people, but I'm not one of those people. I could get on Call of Duty and still have fun playing it. It just doesn't have the same, like the same fun aspect that it once did. It doesn't keep me wanting to like, oh, I have to go and play that. Like I have to do that, right? I got to make an hour, 2 hours to play it. Doesn't feel that way anymore. And I think that's the frustration. And there's a level of what is this game anymore? Like what exactly are we playing? Like, is there any focus on what we want the focus to be on? Hopefully there is. So those are the launch times. Get ready. I guess we're all going to be playing it together, and stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of coverage on this channel. Thank you all for watching.